I don't know. And again, it just means impurity, physically or morally. And I just have some extra verses here, like Leviticus 9, 6 through 23, which I think goes into like leprosy or skin diseases. Also, Leviticus 12, 1 through 8. I think that's also about like how to take care of the skin diseases, and then 13:11, etc. If you want to learn more about like the physical aspect of uncleanness, then it's there in Leviticus on how the priest would have to handle it. But again, I kind of already went over uncleanness as far as like, being impure. We saw that above here in Mark. This is what defiles a man. This is what's seen as unclean, right? Let's see. All right, so and then I think I already went to lewdness, right? I already went to lewdness and idolatry. We kind of went into that. It's basically forsaking our Father, relying on something else, worshiping something else, depending on something else. A lot of people today use AI still, even though they know it's wrong, even though they know that literally this is the harbinger of the beast system, or it might even be the beast system, but it's still like you are relying on something that someone else, the inventor of these things, has literally said that is summoning a demon. And you could be talking to dark entities, right? And you're literally relying on their guidance in your life instead of just going to the Father, praying to the Father, asking Him for guidance, asking Him to send you wisdom, asking Him for discernment. This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to depend on our Father in heaven for, receiving these things, receiving understanding and insight and wisdom and stuff like that. But I just see a lot of people still using AI, especially like these really popular channels. I actually like at one point I confronted one of them about it. I'm like, no, don't use AI. It's not a good thing. It's bad. And they're like, oh, it's just a tool. It can be used for bad or good. I'm like, no, you don't get it. It's not a it's not a tool. It might have been a tool a long time ago, like back in the 2020s maybe, and what might have just been a tool. But today, it's no. They've definitely opened some portals up there, and don't be putting that, just, guys, don't use it. I know it makes things simple, it makes things convenient, it makes things easy, but we're not supposed to be looking for easy, alright? We're supposed to be like studying ourselves to show ourselves approved, right? We're supposed to be a good workman for our Father, right? This is why He's put us to task doing, to learn more about Him on our own, not to take a thief's way in, right? What's that parable about the person who tries to sneak in some other way into the kingdom, and so the right way, the right path, they just kind of try to sneak in some other way. It might be referring to that, honestly, because you can literally use it to just look anything up for you in scripture. You don't even have to look for yourself. You just type into it, hey, give me an outline on this, that, and the other, or make me a script about this, that, and the other, and it'll just do it for you, and then you seem all knowledgeable to people. I've literally seen videos like that where people literally like come on their channel and they're like, oh, you're so knowledgeable, oh, you have so much wisdom for your age, or something like that. And it's like, no, he just used AI, can't you tell? Like, what, I mean, like, it's AI, it's like, come on. But I mean, and it's so sad, because that's where a lot of people tend to put their attention these days, on these AI channels. They're like, and you can tell that they're AI because, like, you can see these little particulates in their videos, and sometimes their videos literally have like some suggestive content in it, or like literally nudes and stuff like that. And then I'm like, all right, isn't this supposed to be a Christian channel? Is it supposed like are you a faith channel? Like what's going on? Why are you showing naked bodies and suggested like what's going on? You know, like, and I've seen that more than once with people who use AI, and I don't know if they're just not checking their videos back over before they post them, or if it's deliberate or what. But guys, do not be going to these channels that use AI. All right, just go to people who are legit, like just speaking to you, and maybe using animators who don't use AI, because literally that stuff that's demonic, you know. And use caution with channels that like to use repetitive music as well, because that is literally like worldly music. You've got to be careful with that as well, because it's used to put people into a trance so that they will be more agreeable to whatever you are saying. So just be careful with that, because I noticed that a lot of channels that kind of have opinions that are not, you know, the norm or whatever, they tend to use repetitive songs that play again and again and again, and it definitely sounds like MK Ultra kind of themes to me, and I'm like, huh, yeah, I can't. I literally have to turn the volume down and just read the subtitles or the captions, because I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're trying to cast a spell or what they're trying to do. You can't trust anything these days, guys. Don't trust any man. Don't even trust me. Okay, only trust the word. All right, trust our Father and His word. And you know, it's like that I think it's a proverb. It says, "Let our Father be the truth and every man a liar, or let every man be a liar and our Father the truth." That is legit, okay? Because, whoa, I mean, the amount of people that these channels get, I mean, they're in the hundreds of thousands. Their audiences are huge, and you, like, I don't know, I go onto these channels and the spirit within me is like, no, you shouldn't be here. This doesn't feel right. And they might share some truths, but that's literally how the serpent works. Like, he hides the truth within a lie, right? He, like, when he said to Eve, "Oh, you'll surely not die. You'll just be like us, one of us," right? He lied, but he told the truth at the same time, right? Because they didn't actually die a physical death, but they also didn't make it to the first year, right? The first year being 1,000 years. They didn't make it to 1,000 years, so they died, right? Like they lost access to the tree of life, and they lost access to their spiritual goodness, right? That would have given them a long lifetime. So yes, they did die. And it's very interesting to me, because some people, especially New Agers, or Gnostics, I should say, will look at this serpent as being like, the good character. Like, no, he was told the truth. No, he wasn't. All right, to die before 1,000 years is like, to our Father, is like, that's a horrible thing, right? Like, they were supposed to be living for forever, pretty much, right? Like, the fact that they lost their lives that young is you know, it kind of goes into how we've fallen from that ability to have long lives. So my whole point is that we are supposed to use caution, right? And we're supposed to be as smart as those serpents, right? But as gentle as doves. Okay, so that is literally, we have to look at things with suspicion always. We gotta be looking at things as if, like, is there a trick happening here? And I know that kind of like ruins things for a lot of people, because they want to. I'm in the same boat. I want to just trust people. I want to just believe that people are truthful and honest, and that they're not going to misguide me or tell me things that they just put in sprinkles of truth with lies. I don't want that. But people do that. They do it all the time, and so even if they're not working for Satan, you got to be careful. because they might be inadvertently lying to you, and you always got to check things, right? Check what I say, check what they say, check what everybody says, right? The only one that you can trust these days is our Father, right? Because he's the only one who can lead you down the path that you need to go, right? His Spirit is gonna help you get where you need to be, and trust that Spirit. Don't grieve the Spirit of truth. Okay, that Spirit of truth is there to be your counselor, your advocate, your helper, right, in this world. And you got to be careful, especially if you go to a channel and you hear a song playing over and over and over again. Guys, that is not good. Okay, that is a spell being in my opinion, that is a spell being cast. Just like, why do you need music? Like, just speak without the music. It's fine. And especially if they use AI videos, and it's just the same redundant video playing over and over and over again. Again, be careful. It seems like someone's casting a spell. I don't know. Again, we are in the last days, the last seconds, the last hour, and there are people literally out there trying to fool the elect. Like, keep in mind that we have fallen angels here, and we have evil spirits, their offspring, also here, and they don't want you to get to heaven, right? They want you to go and be in hell with them, burning with them, because they know their fate, right? They already know that what's going to happen to them, but they don't want you to get what they can't have. They want you to go get burned too, right? I'm pretty sure a majority of them feel that way, right? Because you're the reason why they fell. Right? You're the reason why their parents fell, and why they got burned, or not burned up, but had to have the flood, and now they're like roaming without bodies for themselves, and they just don't like you because you have a body, right? You get to feel things, you get to taste things, you get to experience life, and they are just formless, roaming around trying to find someone to enter into, right? And again, they know their time short. They all do, and so they're trying to do everything they possibly can, because who's their master? It's Satan, right? The devil. And the devil's getting all his minions together to try and fool as many of the elect as he can, right? And that's literally what we see in Revelation, that he pursues the children, right, of the woman who gives birth, right? Well, we're that children. We're those children, okay? We're the members of our Messiah's body, so we are those children. So we got to be careful here, because again, Satan is he's not your friend. All right, he doesn't want you to excel in life. He wants to lift you up and then tear you down. All right, he wants to bring you up and then tear you down, bring you up and tear you down. That's how he operates. He's the deceiver and the accuser. All right, so I'm gonna go back to our word study here. All right, so debauchery, I think, is the next one. Was it? No. Why do I have debauchery next? I don't know why I have debauchery next, but it is a term that is listed somewhere in here. Maybe it goes along with lewdness. I don't know. Yeah, I'm tired again today. I need to stop staying up late, but I like to do a lot of research. Sometimes I lose track of time. So I kind of just want to make sure that I'm not bringing up things that we haven't gone over yet. Where's the debauchery? Yeah, it's on here. Okay, well, we won't go over there because we didn't look into it. So I'm not gonna get into it.